Thank you all so much for joining us today for another Creator Spotlight. We are very excited to welcome Flutterby to the stage. She'll be talking about her world destination meditation. Big round of applause. Whoop, whoop. First, give us a quick introduction. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Flutterby, and I have been in Horizon just under 2 months, and I've built about 6 worlds and collaborated on too many to count.
And today we're going to be talking about your world destination meditation. It's in the Walkthrough Wednesday tour today, so we're super excited to go check it out.
It actually started with a conversation with a bunch of people. We were with Victor Riddle, and we were touring his worlds, and he said, "Oh, I have a world to get you started," because I had just started in Horizon and I'd only built a very basic world, a void basically. And he gave me this amazing world to get me started, and it's destination meditation. And it's changed a lot since the first time he gave it to me.
That is so cool. And so it sounds like a really relaxing place. I've seen little quick bits of it. I haven't really explored the whole area. What are we expecting to find today?
So you have one giant world, and there's little tiny smaller worlds that you can kind of hang out in and meditate in. So one is a robot, and Lakes was amazingly kind to help me with some scripting that I'm still working on to get the robot talking, leading a meditation. There's Stonehenge. Then there's the stones that you might recognize from The Fifth Element, the movie with Bruce Willis. And there's also a beach and a lighthouse.
That sounds so cool. I am really excited to go check it out. Tell me a little bit about what got you started creating.
So I had been in a different social app called Altspace, and I couldn't build in Unity, I'll be honest. So when I got here, I was like, oh, cool. And I didn't want to be bothered with tutorials. I'm not one of those people. So I just went in and said, okay, what can I build? So I started thinking of the room that I used for actual real meditations, and it's a very dark room, almost entirely black. And then I just use a single light source for the meditation purpose. So I created this by using a cylinder and a hat, and I set the skybox to twilight. And then I added the glowy meditation cushions to give a little bit of uplighting. And then I added some other clear light boxes so that you didn't feel like you were completely trapped. There is light in there, it's just not a lot of it. So that's what started that, was Altspace not being user-friendly.
That is such a cool story. I'm so happy to be here in Horizon, and that's why we're all here. It's amazing, super user-friendly. But the way you went about it, my goodness, starting without doing a tutorial, I can't even imagine going into it without clicking the tutorial button. That is so brave. Props to you.
I should be honest. Back in the early 1990s, I used a program called Toolbook Authoring, and it used something called HTM. This is before HTML. And some of the concepts that are used in the back end of the scripting for Horizon is very similar to what I used in the 1990s.
Oh, wow. That's
so
awesome.
I wasn't completely unfamiliar.
Definitely. That is so cool. Is there any collaboration worlds you're extremely proud of, or you want to just give shout outs to right now?
I worked on the mine today. I don't know the official name of that world, but I made a little guy for that. The Giza Plateau with Paige Dansinger. And Women
really
in
cool.
Horizon. Just some of them, but there's more, and I can't think of them right at the moment.
That's so cool.
It's been a stressful week.
No worries. Yeah, we won't delve too much into it, but what happened this week?
Yeah, so I'm going to tell all of you right now that Facebook does back up our data, but when you're a collaborator, talk to the main builder, whoever started the world, get permission to do a backup because things happen. I had to create a new Facebook account. There's a long story behind that. That's not the issue. But the point is that in the process, I went through the right channels to make sure that I didn't lose my world. I lost all of my worlds until today. So I went 3 days without worlds. Okay, talk about big collaborations. Project Prom graduation last night for the people who are graduating this year is a big volunteer project for us. And there's got to be 15 or more people working on these worlds, and they were just gone. And I was devastated. And it wasn't because I was upset about losing my worlds, it's because of the collaboration that went into those 3 worlds that was so important. So yeah, if you're a collaborator, and you can sort of trust Facebook to make sure everything's okay, but you should also try and do backups and other methods.
Hi, I'm a software developer, and one of the basic things that we learn way back is backups. Is there a way of doing backups?
Facebook does all the backing up. We can't get access to these files as far as I know. But they're available online at facebook.com/Facebook Horizon / I believe it's My Creations or Creations. There's a link, you'll see
Creations.
it as Creations. And so if you go there, you can see the backups and restore a backup. But if you're in the instance like Flutterby where you had to delete your account, the account gets deleted, it gets transferred to your collaborators. That's not true. So that's what we found out. So as soon as her account was gone, everyone lost access to those worlds and they had just disappeared. The Horizon team has done a great job at helping restore this, but it's just something we want to make sure is everyone's aware of. So, get some backups, back up with your collaborators, especially if you're working on a big world like the prom world, which is going to be huge. Super excited for that. Everybody having one copy is not a bad idea.
Is there a world that you've created since that you like the most, something that you're really proud of, you put a lot of effort into, something that came together really well? And did you collaborate with anybody on it?
Etheria meditation is a 2-island meditation and is a focus of everything that's for my personal life and my VR computer life. I've had a few collaborators on it, North Striker being the biggest, and he happens to be my husband. So one of my favorite movies of all time is the movie Stargate. So, and that spawned another world that I was a collaborator on. I lost that. We'll have to see if I can get it back. So I have these 2 Stargates that allowed me to go between these 2 islands. And the meditation had pop-ups that would come up on a trigger and walk you through a guided meditation on a labyrinth. The whole world was focused on mental health and wellness.
Thank you so much, Flutter. Great job.
I just want to say thank you to everyone who's joined us today. Give a big round of applause to Flutterby. Bye!
And I'd love to do a meditation there if you have time.
Yes,
Look at these
do it.
sprites.
Make yourselves as comfortable as possible in wherever
Here we
position
go.
you are in. And I like to just suggest to just stretch a little bit first. Just reach up and out. Just to move things a little. And then take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Pause and hold it for a moment and slowly breathe out. And one of the meditations I like to do is following the breath. And this is the simplest. It's about taking in a breath for a certain count, holding for a certain count, and then slowly releasing it for a count. So it's in through your nose for 2, 3, hold for 2, 3, and then exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you blow out, you want to be blowing out like you're blowing on a dandelion that's gone to seed. So you're making like a fish lips or purse lips or whatever you want to call it. But that's the kind of motion you want to make. So you're blowing out a small hole from your lips. So it's in, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, focus on energy coming from the universe or wherever, down through you when you breathe in. And when you're breathing out, focus on negative energy being removed from your body. So again, just go in, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now focus on the top of your head and just breathe. If there's any headaches or any pain in your head, just breathe into them and slowly breathe that pain out. And then focus on your neck at the base of your head. And again, breathe into this area. And if there's anything that's tight or tense, breathe into it. And then breathe out any of that tension. Breathe into your shoulders and your upper chest. And again, breathing out any stress or tension. And breathe into your throat for your speaking voice, opening yourself up to speak your truth in your way, and letting go of anything that's holding you back from speaking. Now breathe into your chest and your heart, and breathe in the love of the universe, and the people who love you, feel their energy coming into you, and then breathe out any negative thoughts and emotions that you've been holding on to. Focus on positive words of self-love, and just breathe. And think of one positive thing that's happened, and breathe that positivity in, and then release any of the negative. Breathe into your stomach, and breathe out anything that's stressful, any digestive issues, anxiety. This is where you'll feel it, and breathe that out. Breathe into your hips, and breathe in creativity and joy and passion. And breathe out all of those things that are blocking you, the writer's block, creative blocks. Breathe all that away. And then focus on the lowest part of your spine, which is called the coccyx, and your tush where you're sitting. And allow yourself to feel grounded and rooted and calm and relaxed. And breathe into this. And breathe out anything that's been making you feel disorganized and disjointed. Breathe into your legs and all the stresses that they've carried, and let them go. Breathe into your feet and your toes. They carry a lot of the weight that we burden ourselves with, and let that go. Breathe into your arms and your elbows and your wrists, and breathe into your hands, and let go of any last tensions that are residing in your hands. And now just focus on different areas of your body that you still feel a little bit stressed, and just focus on your breath. Listen to the campfire. And when you breathe in, imagine that you're smelling the campfire. Maybe there's roasting marshmallows. Imagine the sweet smell from that. Listen for the wind and the waves. Imagine feeling the warm sand under your feet. And just breathe. And when you feel calm and relaxed, you can pick up your controllers and just hold them to your heart so that I know that you're back with us. But take your time, there's no rush. And just breathe.
Thank you so much, Flutterby. That was such a wonderful meditation. I am so glad I got to experience that with you. Thank you.
You're very
Indeed.
welcome.
Thank you so much for joining us in another Creator Spotlight. Such a pleasure having Flutterby, and thank you so much, Flutterby, for leading us through that amazing meditation. This was awesome, such a great night. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye!